far, didn't I? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sheree. Sheree McGinnis is my name. I started to say Sheree and Sisters in Christ. That's my Facebook group page, but I got mixed up, didn't I? Well, I'm Sheree McGinnis, and welcome to my channel. We go over God, what's in my handbag, cooking, all kinds of stuff. I might do a get ready with me soon, clean with me maybe. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence with some of those. But we do all kinds of different ones. I do live in Kentucky, so I've got my UK scarf on today. We've got a basketball team full of freshmen this year, so we're on the fence. But those guys are doing the best they can, and I appreciate all that they do for their team. And anyway, we just support our ball team, I guess. But anyway, not to get off the subject, but today we're going to be doing some Bible verses on joy. I did my last video on joy and some Bible verses and things. But today, what I'm going to do, on this video anyway, is go over some habits that we have and things that can steal our joy. Because I tell you, it's hard living around the world these days with social media and everybody's business and everybody putting their business out there, and or at least what they want you to think their business is. That I've said before in my other videos, and I'll say it again, you know, just because you see someone's life on YouTube or Facebook or social media, Instagram, whatever, Twitter, I really don't do those. I do have an Instagram and stuff, but I don't use it. I really just don't. I do use my Facebook. Twitter I don't do. You know, Facebook and YouTube is about all I'm really full with, and it keeps me busy. But anyway, there are things that can steal our joy, and I wanted to go over some of those today, because I tell you, oh, and we do it to ourselves a lot too. We steal our own joy because of the way we do things, the way we live, and things like that, and the way we are. And sometimes we just have to make an effort to change who we are, you know, change our ways, change our habits. And habits are hard to, you know, to break. But if you set your mind to it, you can. Some things that can steal our joy are complaining, being negative. And that's being negative on yourself and negative on others. And to be honest with you, I have a problem with being negative, believe it or not, and complaining. And I'm trying to break myself of that, because being negative really brings you down. Looking at the negative of everything, no matter what it is, looking on the negative side of it, you know, is horrible. It steals your joy. I think it even is part of jealousy, that you want to cut down whatever somebody else you know is doing or has done, or God or whatever, you know, because jealousy, for one thing, you know, if somebody, say somebody gets a new car or something, okay, oh, you know, they got a new car and blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, that thing's going to suck the gas, you know, or boy, you know, that thing will be sitting by the side of the road, or I bet the insurance on that's going to be high, or, you know, just things like that. You know, you can't find the joy in stuff. Like, oh, that's great, and I love the color of that car. That is awesome. It's so pretty. You know, some people are just Debbie Downers, and I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. You know, you just have to make a mental note and stop yourself. Stop them words. It's why I always tell my granddaughters, guard your words. And I've told that to my daughters before. Guard your words. And it's hard to do. And especially if you're in the heat of a moment, or, you know, whatever, you know, you're aggravated and stuff. It's hard to guard your words. You want to get it out. But we need to guard our words, and we don't need to complain. We don't need to be negative, and we need to work on that. Make a mental note of it, and every time you start to do it, I mean, you will realize, wow, you know, I really am negative. I didn't realize till I started thinking about it and watching myself how negative and complaining of a person I am. Another thing is procrastination, that you dread doing something, so you put it off. And when you procrastinate and you don't get things done, and you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, that is a weight on you, because you know you still have to get it done. You're going to dread doing it. You're not going to be able to enjoy anything else, because that's going to be on the back of your mind. You know you got to do it. You don't want to, but you have to, whatever it is. Don't procrastinate if you can help it, because that just steals your joy, brings you down, and it fills you full of dread, no matter what's going on, that's still in the back of your mind. Another thing is trying to get everyone's approval. Seeking approval from other people is probably one of the top things that could steal your joy, because I tell you, it's overrated for one thing. And what are we trying to seek other people's approval for? Who are they that we need to have their approval for anything? There's some things, you have to have people's approval for, but I'm talking about just our life and the things we do in general. Because I'm going to tell you, the only person's approval we need is God's approval. Now, if you're searching for God's approval and you're living for God's approval, then everything else should fall into place. So I wouldn't be too, here we go again, still my joy. But, we don't need to be trying to get everyone else's approval. We need to worry about God's approval. That's what we need to worry about. Another thing is the fear of failing. We don't do things, we don't live in joy because there's something we might want to do that would bring us lots of joy and happiness, but we're afraid we'll be awful at it. We're afraid we will fail. And, if we do, we do, but at least we know that we ain't no good at it. Doing this channel I've never done nothing like this. It took me forever to even figure out how to upload a video. I'm not very technically inclined about stuff like this, but, I did it anyway because I felt God was telling me to, and I was going to do it. And if I failed at it, so be it. At least I tried, and He knew I put myself out there for Him, trying to get people to worship God and tell them about God. I'm not perfect. I'm not a Bible scholar. I didn't go to college about the Bible. I'm just a regular person. But I'm trying to do what I can, to get the Word of God out there. And, fear of failure is just part of life. Failing is part of life. We're not all perfect. The only person perfect is God. And He knows that, and we know that. So, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't let it steal your joy. Being negative on yourself. Self-talk, being negative about yourself. And I've been accused on this channel of doing that. Please don't cut yourself down, Cherie. You're fine, whatever. Well, I do it in a humorous way. I laugh at myself because I know that I do silly things. I just do. Everybody does. But I laugh at myself because of it. I don't want, I'm hoping, I guess, maybe if I laugh at myself, people will learn that it's okay to laugh at yourself. But I guess it throws off the perception that I'm negative about myself. And maybe I am sometimes. But, I always say I love me. I'm just me. I'm the same no matter what. As far as if you seen me, I'd still be talking like this, looking like this. That's just how I am. But I just do the best I can, And I guess talking negative about yourself and cutting yourself down, we need to talk more positive about ourselves. About things we do. It's like, boy, I made that bed this morning and it looks like a professional did it. And being around people that are negative will steal your joy in a heartbeat. You can be so up on something that you've done and somebody just come in and be negative. And that cuts you down so fast and hurts your feelings, and I hate that. So I wish everybody would quit talking negative to other people too. We talked about fear of failure, but we also have, I don't know how to say it. Well, I guess we try to live in the past. Not fear of the past, but living in the past. We can't move on. And we have to go forward. I know we've all went through losses. I've shared that on here before. We went through failures. We went through all kinds of things. But we can't dwell on the past. We need to move forward because there's something forward waiting on us that we don't even know about yet, that God's got planned for us. And we need to move forward so He can continue with His plan in our life. We don't need to have fear of the future. We need to let go of the past, move on, and don't have fear of the future, because whatever's out there waiting on us is going to be great. It's in God's plan. You know, we might think we know what our future's going to be, but God might have different plans for us. He might get rid of people in our lives that will be bad for us. We might have thought at one time they weren't, but we found out they really didn't do what they said they were going to do, or weren't the person we thought they were. We might have made changes in our lives because of that, and now we're stuck in a rut. But we have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and we need to just continue forward, because God's got a bigger, better plan for you. And you're not going to get there by sitting on the couch or laying in the bed or feeling sorry for ourselves, because I tell you, we've all had that. We've all had failures in our lives. We've had things in our past that keep weighing on us, wondering why this happened, why that happened. You know, I didn't get the last word in. I didn't get the last say. I don't understand what happened. You know, let it go, because maybe we're not supposed to understand. Maybe it ain't even worth understanding to begin with. We just need to move forward. We need to get out there, and if it's you need a job, go get you a job, whatever kind of job it is. God is with you, and you have to have faith in that, and God will get you through anything. You know, whether it's, you know, you've lost a person in your life through either a relationship or a friend or something. Maybe you've quit work and your friends have moved on, and here you are. You know, you have to move on. You'll make new friends. You'll get over it. You know, they're still your friend. You're just not with them all the time. You know, you just have to move on. God's got bigger, better plans for us. And you need to pray, because I tell you, if you don't pray, if you do not pray, you will have your joy took, because praying to God helps you talk things out too. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I tell you, people can steal your joy. People and social media is probably the two top joy stealers these days, because social media, like I said, people put themselves out there and what they want you to see. And that's fine. Nobody wants to see you when you're arguing with your husband. Nobody wants to see you doing this and that, you know. But don't think that's all their life is what you see on social media. I said this in my last video. What you see on here isn't me all the time. I get mad. I get upset. You know, I have problems. I have issues with my kids or my husband or whatever from time to time. You know, nobody's life is perfect. We're all just trying to muddle through. But I've got God, you know, and I go to Him if I need some kind of release. You know, I'll talk to Him about things, and it's okay, because He's there for us. And if you've got people in your life, I call them toxic people. If you've got people in your life that are causing you grief and stuff, you know, maybe they're not the people to be in your life. I'm not telling you what to do. I mean, you know what you like and what you don't like. I mean, that's everyone's own opinion. But, you know, I've had to cut people out of my life some, because, you know, they were bringing me down and they weren't good for me, and I let them go. And sometimes you just have to do that, you know. We all do. You know, maybe you're not good for somebody else. Maybe they're going to cut you out because, you know, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm as negative, or maybe I'm just not for everybody, and I know I'm not. I always say I'm not for everybody. I'm just me, you know. But, you know, it's all different. So people are different. So you know, people might cut me off their Facebook or whatever, but that's okay, because I'm not for everybody. And people change, relationships change, people change, you know, so it's okay. It's part of life. You know, everybody don't stay still in this one little bubble, you know. If people mature, get older, different things happen in your life, it's okay. It's okay to be different. But I just want to go over a few things there. That's basically all I had, but just try to be aware of if you're negative, if you're a complainer, you know, to others or yourself. And don't be afraid to move on with your future with a smile on your face and a gallop in your step, you know, and joy in your heart, because that's what it's all about. Is
hi everybody.
There's Oscar.
Photo bomb.
I thought, he just got a shower. I hope he's not naked. It's not those kind of videos. But anyway, I was getting ready to wrap it up anyway. But just remember to try not to be negative or complain, and don't let anyone steal your joy. Gossiping's bad. Don't be doing that. Seeking other people's approval. The only person you have to have approve of you is God. And Anyway, I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope you all have a great day. And remember to live, love, laugh, and laugh some more, because laughter is your best medicine. And I'm going to be having some more videos come up. Oscar's been collecting Western memorabilia from Dale Evans and Roy Rogers and all kinds of people. And he's got a whole room in there he has worked on for a couple of months, buying stuff and getting stuff fixed. So I'm going to take you a tour of his Western room here in a little while. And if you like stuff like that, then you'll probably enjoy that video. And I'm going to let him do it. He's going to be the one telling you all about it, because that's his thing. So anyway, I hope you all have a blessed day. And you all be good and tell people about God. And I'll see you later. Bye.